Welcome to it again. Shapkuja Buffet. Welcome to it again. It is that time of the week. It's Kati, set the hot seat. The only show right now on the internet that is dedicated to showcasing ordinary South Africans that are doing extraordinary things. Some of you guys are obviously wondering Bani and Tumengani, what am I doing right now? For those of you who don't know who I am, my name is Tabang. Might be later, but you guys at home can call me Ufis Mabs and Donna Seprutia Nechuan Wani Kaslami so it's young and Pagamis with the Yasho Vele, and you are tuned into the hot seat. Today is the final episode. It's the season finale, and it cannot be a season finale if we do not have the big man himself, the host of the show, my big brother, my mentor, um, an all-round loving person. Some of you know him as the Mastermind. Some of you know him as Gilster. Some of us get some of you know him as a big brother or Gilbert. Some of you know him as uh, Farisanani. Some of you know him as a husband and as a father. I'm talking about Gilbert Farisanani Muthivhi. I think that is a befitting intro for a king. So yeah, come with me on a journey. I actually prepared questions for him, but I'm not going to ask those questions. I think this kind of discussion needs um, us to speak from the heart. So please allow me to speak from the heart. And yeah, please help me introduce Gilbert Muthivhi Mastermind.
Mabileta.
Sure,
What
man.
an intro, man. What an
Yeah.
intro, man. What an intro. And more than the intro, man, it took me back. Took me back, man.
Yeah.
I didn't realize the type of roles I play in doing,
Hmm. Yes.
and the stuff that I've done and the stuff that I'm doing currently. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Ukraine.
Njocho, man. Wena.
Kakhulu, ngikreni kakhulu. Katala nje, but yeah.
Ish. I, I like. I feel so bad already because I've been postponing us making this happen. But look, by the
Yeah.
grace of God, we've made it here. And look, I guess like any other comedian would say, or any other host would say, question number one.
Yeah,
But no,
no. Yeah, I'm
I don't want to
ready.
keep it. Yeah, I don't want to keep it too formal, yeah. But so
Yeah.
you've just reminded me actually, as I was actually doing the intro, I did not rehearse it
Mm,
at all. I felt Uguti, we need to have this conversation uh,
mhm.
from the heart, because I think if we
Yes.
script too much, the answer's going to be scripted as well, because you must remember
Mm,
this is a hot seat, it's a hot seat,
yes.
so we must burn you with all these questions, you know. So
I went.
yeah, so look, man. First things first. Um,
Yeah.
the intro I made of you just kind of reminded me of different periods in your life. You know, um,
Yeah.
let's for those people that don't know some of your AKAs, you can also remind me. The
Hmm.
first name you have is Gilbert Farisanani Muthivhi. That was when you were born, ne?
Yes.
And
Yes.
then there's Ikamalaka Kili Machaiva.
Yeah.
There is Elaga Chovis.
Mm.
There is Ukilsta. There
Yes.
is Gili.
Mm.
There is Kiru.
Yeah.
There is now the newly, if I may say so, the new birth of Mastermind.
Yes.
Let's start from the genesis. Let's start from the genesis of the names. Please give me your names. Which names do you go by? And
Mm.
the following questions will follow after you've told me all your names and what they mean to you.
It's fine, Uguti. Oh, it's quite interesting with all of these names. They've got a story, all of them. From my name initially, which I was
Yes.
given by my uncle, and in obviously collaborated and Nabazali to actually give me that name, you know. Um, Born in Chiheni, small village of Chiheni, but it's got a rich history. There's a dam called Funduzi there, which is very very an old. It's an old dam that is healed actually. You know, a lot of people just being there and just being around those people, and it's just it just becomes
Are we back? Ish, ish.
yeah. Um,
So are we
Network,
gonna
I
pick?
know.
Are we gonna pick up? Are we
Network ya
gonna pick up?
petanya. Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so the rich history of the dam and what it has done. However, I think everything started when my dad moved to Johannesburg. That was back in 1987, before I was born. I think that's when God started writing this script, this storyline, ACT, Gilbert Farisanani Muthivhi.
Sure.
I think that's where everything started. When my dad moved to Jozi, and then when he came back, now and then just check up on my mother, that's when I was created, and then I was born. Um, and being the first guy from the village to move to Johannesburg, it was a big thing. With this guy, Ukoya Makwani, meaning the white area,
Sure.
direct translation. So it
Sure.
was a big thing. So I was excited and all of that. So that's where the name Gilbert Farisanani Muthivhi started making sense to other people, you know. And then moving over to Kili, at home, Bang Bizu Kili. My parents, my uh, grandmother, grandfather, everyone, Bang Bizu Kili. Uh, that's where I think being called Ukipet was a bit long for people. So
Yeah.
we shorten out the it was
Okay.
easy to say that. So
Sure.
easy to say that.
Yeah.
Kili, 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 Kili. So I grew up. I, Initially, I thought my name was Kili until obviously you old and then you realize, okay, oh, okay,
It's
okay,
actually.
this is my name. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Well, so from Ukili, and then it moved over to Gilstar, which I was given by my older brother, Uchi Umosa. The Gilstar, the Gilstar, the Gilstar, Gilstar. And then it moved over to Kilimanjaro. Ekasi. Ekasi was called Kilimanjaro. Ukutama tens by Tata Piraring. Nanani. It was before I even joined the dance crew. It was before I even wanted to maybe have that desire to dance. Kilimanjaro. And I was known by that for the longest of time. And then that came Ukido. From joining a dance crew came Ukido. And Ukido. Yeah, until I came to Cape Town, and a friend of mine, Atenkosi, he was just saying, "Hey, when I when I look at your life and I look at everything that you're doing, you are a master of all of these things. Because some of the people are masters of all of these things, but they don't really master them. But with you, I've looked at you and I've looked at your life and I've heard what you said. I've worked with you and you're a master of this thing. So I wouldn't be shocked if people call you a mastermind. So from there, I took the name, I ran with it.
Yeah. Look,
Yeah.
and there's also like a different way you write your mastermind. It's not like the normal way you write master. I don't know. Is there like a double entendre
Yeah.
to that? Is there like a
I'm
double
glad you
meaning to
picked that up.
that? Yeah, because with someone else, umuntu angacabanga ukuthi, no, you just wrote master. Maybe you mistake, but you can't make the same mistake 15 times. You probably thought of it.
Yeah.
If you don't mind, can you like break it down for us one more time? Why did you choose to also write it as Master Mind? Please give us, because I can see the difference. E, no A. So just give us the significance of stars in your life.
So being called a Gil star, there's a star there, and a lot of people that know refer to a star as someone that is excellent in something, doing something. So the star, the way that you write a star, it's STAR. So I took it from there, and then the master, the normal one is the ER. So I'm like, okay, how do I make it different? And then being able to combine all of these names in a way into one. Then I realized, okay, I've been called Gil Star before, and there is a star, and I am excelling in something, or I'm an all round of something. So I'll call myself. This is how I'm gonna spell it, and there's no one that is ends that I as man, because when you think of something, there's other people that are thinking of doing the same thing.
Same thing.
But that's how I write it. That's why it's Mastarmind.
The star. Very interesting. I'm sure you guys are learning more about this guy. So then my next question is, why the entertainment industry? I mean, you come from a can I say, academically, you were looking, very strong to get into other fields like maybe accounting. But I mean, you could have been an engineer for all you like. You could have been a clerk at the post office. You could have been a garden boy, or you could have been But why the entertainment industry specifically?
Initially, I wanted to be a chartered accountant. Loved accounting, loved numbers, and all of that. However, Mina entertainment found me, it found me. Mina. There was a dream that I had in grade 10. Um, just after I chose commercial subject. Back in the days, we used to be called commercial subject, which is your accounting, business economics, the works. So my teacher at the time in grade 7, Mem Kuna, came to me and said, "Hey, my brother, why did you choose e-accounting? Waungayanga for physics? Because I knew you signed to a shire and in maths you average go maths, so you would improve obviously. So Waungayenzanga." She tried to convince me otherwise. However, my love for accounting and everything, I just said to her, okay, I'll think about it. Then Manglele, that night, I had a dream. I was on stage. There was a performance with these 4 guys. Firstly, I couldn't see who they are, and then later on, I realized, oh, this is Soweto's Finest dancing. However, what am I doing with Soweto's Finest? Because the person that I know who to tell me Soweto's Finest is a friend of mine, and a brother of mine, Utabi. But what am I doing, Mina now? Initially they did a stunt. As a dancer yourself, you understand it.
Yeah,
They
definitely.
did a
Yeah.
stunt. Yeah. So they did a stunt and they all fell down or something for some sort. I was standing alone, kind of confused with Zagalani. And then they did, and then it was done. The performance was done. People were clapping hands. Now, I didn't understand the dream. The next day, I was confused, you know. I think a week or two, yeah, Lula. And then I told someone, and someone said to me, "No, man, did people clap?" I'm like, "Yeah." It means that you're gonna be um, some sort of a leader somewhere, and then those people will be under you somewhere somehow. You know, but it might not happen. It might not be Soweto's Finest. It might be other people. However, this is what is going to happen. I didn't believe him and whatever. 2 days later, I met up with Tom London, and that's where my life changed 180 degrees.
I'm holding my mouth, mind you. like a thought just hit me, like, and
Yeah.
I don't know how much do you believe in divine intervention? Correct me if I'm wrong.
100%.
But look at this, né? Think of this, because now I'm trying to relate your name, Mastermind, and how you got into the entertainment industry, and which goes back to my
Yes.
previous question, Uti. What do you think is so significant about stars? Because think of it like this: when you dream at night, in the sky, kuzobe ini stars.
A star.
Now,
Mm-hmm.
you were also considered a star eskolweni because now your teacher is also looking forward to you being into physics, you know. So
Yeah.
do you also
Yeah.
think somehow all those things like cross paths? And why I'm saying this, there's a lot of people that you've met and you've crossed paths with so many people in this industry. And do you think ukuthi igama lakho actually the stars? That's I'm just focusing on the star the most because stars can mean so many
Mm-hmm.
things. I mean, remember when the
Yes.
three wise men went to go see baby Jesus, they saw a
What?
star,
The
you know.
star. They follow the star.
Do you know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean?
Mm-hmm.
So uh,
Yeah.
this then ties into how do you like connect your spirituality and what you do. Firstly, for the people that don't know, which religious uh, practice do you practice in your household, and tell us just that significance of spirituality in what you do.
Yeah. It's so interesting that you mentioned that. It really does. It goes
Right?
back to that. That's why,
Yeah.
yeah, it really does. That's why I said to you that script, uNkulunkulu asibhalile in 1987, uh, transcending to 89, the year that I was born, it makes sense because I was a star eskolweni. And then this star that people kept on following, even back in the days,
Yep.
is the mastermind even today. So yeah, Endlini, I grew up under the Christianity, and I've always practiced that. I've always known from I was baptized as well. So I've always followed Tukuti. Okay, there is the
Were you
sun.
baptized in a
Uh,
Christian church or ZCC? Sitshele baba. Sitshele baba.
the name of the church was the Revelation of Christ.
Okay.
Uh, it is my grandfather's church,
Yeah.
so it's still there even
Do you remember?
today.
Do you perhaps know the
So
year?
I was the year. Oh, I don't remember. I was. I think I was. I was old. Me, I'm baptized. Obviously, you have to make your own choice. It can't be the parents that say, "Ah, my people." It's like with me. I Yangizwa?
Yeah, Nyakuzo.
Oh, the network. Oh, we're back. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah,
You keep cutting, yeah.
Yangizwa?
Yeah, Nyakuzo.
Mabileta.
Yes, I can hear you. But TV.
Back. Yeah, we're back. We're back. Yangizwa?
Yeah, I've been looking at you.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, got cut off the network. It's raining in Cape Town, so
Oh,
the network is
okay.
uh, so um, the name of the church, Revelation of Christ. My father's church. Was baptized. I was young. I think I was in grade, if not five, probably six, if I remember correctly. You know, I was old because in that church, baptized Mncane, yabo. But obviously, I was living at Joe's because I was baptized at Venda. I had to go to a Venda and decide for myself if this is what I want, this is what I want to follow because it has helped me throughout in Piloyami and I want it to continue within like going forward.
Mm,
Mm.
okay. So look, we've discussed all these things. We've spoken, about the significance of your name and what you've been through and what you've been doing. I think the most important thing here is, who is Gilbert Muthivhi? Where were you born? Um, what are you about? What are your aspirations in life? For someone at home that is interested in just finding out more about you, how would you sell yourself to that person?
I'm glad you started here. Curveball. Try curveball. I always explain myself as a creative. I'm a creative, born in Venda, bred in Soweto. The firstborn child of the late Isaac and Muthivhi, the older brother to the twins, the father to three beautiful girls and one boy now. And just a guy who just loves and so passionate about entertainment.
What are your fondest memories of Okula, first Evander, then moving to Soweto? What are your fondest memories? Like, what do you remember? Nje, mawuthi uyacabanga ukuthi, okay, when I used to live Evander, ngisaseyintwana encane, before ngazi into zama-responsibility nani nani, kusasevenda. What are those fondest memories that you have from Venda moving into Soweto?
There's a lot. In Venda, Uglusi Nkomo, my grandfather threw me into deep end when I was grade 1 and 2. I was looking after Inkomo, and I actually saw a goat give birth. They always hide most, but I saw a goat give birth. It was just an amazing, and experience, and just watching them grow. And also being intwananyana istotinyana, being a nyana, it wasn't a hectic as ukuthi ngiyatshontsha in that regard and all that, but just me being a child and just enjoying my childhood. That was Venda. And Sasa Tonji, there's one area and the Sasa Tonji hero, a crash. We were sent by my older brother, Undibu, and yena akafuni kuyotshontsha but uthumela thina. Now that I think about it, and zatholwa ukuthi yithi besikhona la nani nani,
Sure.
and they actually came in, and
Yeah.
yeah. But growing up in Soweto, there's a lot. I mean, from Lenasia, learning the language, Islungu, and going to Chiawelo, uh, having to learn how to interact with different minds, different species. The most fondest memories. I was bullied in Kolweni, by a neighbor. Uh, it's not really a fondest memory, but it helped me be the person that I am today. Um, and another I can say the founders and the greatest memory was when my mom was teaching me how to read and write. Because at that point, esikolweni they wanted me to go back to grade 2 because isilungu besingasavuki. Remember when Venda, and now I have to gel with these kids in
Yeah.
grade 3. And that was so difficult the first 2 weeks, and then my mom started wangithengela ama-magazines, angithengela iy'ncwadi. I started knowing how to read and to write. And the greatest moment ever was when my dad bought us a house, a project land. That.
Okay, my brother, wait. You know, you are too used to asking people questions. Now you are asking yourself questions and you're answering. I just asked you about your
Yeah.
fondest memories. Bengakafika my greatest moment. I want to so much of my question. Ah,
Excuse me.
no, it's fine. Look, it's fine. In fact, what I
Yeah,
was saying, it's like I don't want this
yeah,
thing to be scripted. You know, Mfuna,
for sure.
I, I want people to see that we're having a conversation, so that
Yeah.
singer practice my answer as well. You know, because I feel like some
Mm,
things that are practiced remove the authenticity in them.
yeah.
Yeah, but in a way. So I'm glad that you also mentioned your greatest moment. Um, Now I'd like to speak of a certain period in your time with Soweto's Finest.
Hmm,
What was life like when you were part of Soweto's Finest?
sure. Firstly, a lot of
And
people
what did you
Mawangena,
learn from and what did you learn from them?
yeah. A lot of people think Mawangena industry, it's easy, it's all glory and gloomy. Mina, firstly, I started as umngena ndlini wami was that I want to learn how to dance. But then my plan was not to dance, definitely not, you know. And then after 2 weeks, I decided to tell the guys, Guti, I want to play a certain role, even though I didn't know the role. Do you understand? I can't blame them because I didn't stay in which role I want to play. And then mostly my rehearsa, benginokenza igadini, you know, masiko my performance sometimes, bengizokubamba ama-back, know. There was no specific role. And also
What year was this? What year was this?
it was back in 2000 and I took a gap year in 2008. Yeah, that was back in 2008, if I still remember correctly. 2008, just after I matriculated. So yeah, 2008, I joined Soweto's Finest, and at first, or rather, me doing all of these things, I'm a guy in Nanani. I mean, the guys used to make fun of me. Definitely used to make fun of me. Now, I didn't mind because endlini they always make jokes all around. Gee, nasekasi we used to make jokes with each other. That I didn't mind. Say, I'm a chance, not, you know. But it changed for me when there were strangers around and the same jokes are being made. However, it changed to being personal. You know, it's okay when it's a joke, but now when there's a stranger and it's turning to be personal, you know, now we are feeling good. Let's say change it, let's say personal. I didn't like that. However, I didn't say anything because one, I was afraid that if my plan, my goal is a kawate. How, but it got to a point where I decided to stop going emergency. You know, I stopped completely. Obviously, I didn't play any role. Didn't ask why. They didn't SMS or whatever. know, until one time from Japan Mall with my mother. I saw a stage says Soto TV was busy there, Canvasa. There's a lot of artists there around. I said to my mom, hey, I think how much I just had a feeling. How much was that was just after 2 months or 3 months not communicating, not saying anything. When I got home, Jabulo, no problem. Out of the blue. Bathe mfethu sigcine kudala man besidlula lana so and manje siyahamba sejabulani ungathanda ukuhamba nathi. That was too random. One, two, I haven't seen Amachance like in 3 months, you know, let alone communicate. And then I didn't want, and then my lady like I van Amachance man, oh more yeah, and I'm like hey, but my lady in Kateri yeah, bro. And then I myself, angazi role engidlalayo. I can't really explain to someone. Kahle kahle. Angikho stage, ngisemuva mara ngenzani emuva. You know. I just went with the guys. We got there. We got there late as always. Finest is always late. Got there late. uh, it's a lot to start you. Ne?
Okay. Yeah.
Amatchens are panicking now. And so I think it's around 4 5. Now, for some reason, something in me, yes, I came and then I started speaking to the organizer, which was Oza. Speaking to Oza, Oza man, I'm a chance, man. Again, I'm a chance. You understand? From
Yeah.
there, I moved from Oza. I started speaking to Uri. Uri bengijoyele at the time, ngisayiswethu TV ngiyobahlupa. So ngikhuluma no Ri man, ama-chance Uri naye doesn't know because akusuwenza ini line up. But ngihlupha Oza, baloku bathi after ngithi ma-chance, we just need 5 minutes of your time or 3 minutes. If siyasuza in a minute, ngiyasikhipha stage.
Yeah.
Knowing very well at the back of my mind, ukuthi i-1 minute, la bazosinika the
Yeah.
second, the moment. I know. Oh, we got in late, kunyama, but kunabantu, sekugcwele ebusuku. Kugcwele, uLawrence, that introduces the guy. From the first set to that, they killed it, they nailed it. From there, we are supposed to go to a Kruger stop, corporate gig. Yengamla kuphela. UTom Kanashe ukuthi mfethu, listen, we have a gig. Mina ngithi mara endladleni angikhulumanga ukuthi ngizoya somewhere. I'll go somewhere.
Yeah.
He's like, no, asiye man, uzobabona endladleni. Asina transport.
Yeah.
Ebusuku.
Those convincing words. Sonke
Yeah,
sibuyabuzwa. Yeah.
uyamazi.
Yeah.
Uyashaya.
Mlomo mnandi. Mlomo
Hayi,
mnandi.
Matsendi.
Yeah.
Vele, mvume, mara sina trans. Wethu ukuthi bangene evenini. Yabona, because I'm used to ukuthi mina makube sina trans. Ngizohlala uncomfortable in an uncomfortable position. First umthom athi, hayi ngena phambili wena, uvana amajazi. Ngithi mara sazi athi awungawari. Ngena phambili. Udriver sengimbeka ukuthi siyabana. Sharp.
Yeah.
Sifike kuleya gigi, hlinze. Le ngamla le organize the whole thing. Iringa nami. Yabo. Siyakhuluma simnandi. So Tom was watching from Jabulani. Then he was watching again Mangirana Lianga. At the back of my mind, I'm thinking, man, why are you looking bigile? Yabo. Cool. Sifike and the first thing
Okay. Wait. Where's the Soweto's finest manager? Also, when's a song killing to list?
There was a point where Osai was studying a different. He would come ngama weekend. He was working as a manager. Come ngama weekend. Especially kuma gig from Friday, Saturday, Sunday, then Sunday. If there's a gig, some bigger somewhere, then Tiabuya. So he wasn't there. I think on Friday, like maybe in Japan. Yeah, Chepsu. So sharp ufike endlini mina ngenzani ngiyahamba no asijike la shell as always ma-tennis biscuit yeah ma-tennis biscuit cool. So endleleni masoko siringata kufike enye out that was asking nje around or yabazi I think yabo. Athi man machesi bale sotheni entsha iyajiva nayo phela nina ngiyanazi ngihlala nifaka abantu abasha yabo. UThoma like avela iring athi no le assistant manager there.
Yeah.
Like for that seconds because bengihambela phambili nyana mina like it made sense. Ukuyabona ngathi there is an angel okhuluma nawe ama-chance awusebezwa ukuthi bathini. Like I felt it. I'm like, yes, this is the road. This is why I'm here. This is the reason why I'm here. This is the reason why Bang landed after 3 months not communicating with them. Little did they know, this is what I'm doing. And then I'm like, yeah. But must be I'm man, were you serious about what you were saying? At yeah, I was serious. Mukbonile, I know what you're capable of. So this is the role. But there's Utuli. At no Utuli Vele, she acted like a but we never made it official or whatever. But you are always with us. Yonki now, you know what we want. You know how whoever that is just around. So that's
Yeah,
how the journey of being an assistant manager.
I see. I see. So now, how do we break up? W- You know, East Manabizuti, tell me, where did we go wrong?
Yeah.
And what
Yeah.
if you remember, um, I was gonna say, tell me the details of why you broke up, but tell me that specific day where you were like, okay, now Gamampela, it's over. Like,
Yeah.
number one, what were you feeling? What were you going through? And what made you take that decision with that Gamampela, because it also takes me to that time when I left, uh, that specific day I can't really remember the specific day, but I think it was in Jan for me when it
Yeah.
happened. I was like, you know what? Yeah,
Yeah, Mano.
yeah. But it's not about me. It's about you at this moment. Tell me,
Yeah.
um,
Yo. With me, I've been saying Funukamba, yabo. Because of things that were happening that I didn't like, whether they were happening to me or they were just happening to some of the members. I didn't like. Some Jova ni assistant, I would be vocal aside, yabo, ring and I aside. That is Tom. With
nae,
Ntwana, yeah, and I'll say Ntwana pega man. Against Wakanja, yabo, pega diary. Aside, away from you guys, away from yabo. Um, but so leading up to Uguti Minangzovai, because I don't want to get into the yabo, because you asked me, so I want to be straightforward.
the specific moment when you said, okay, it's over.
Yeah,
Gamampela manje, I'm not coming back for real. Like, no mama
yeah,
give me if 5 million. Like, tell me about that. Because I know how I felt, but it's not about me. Because I
yeah,
remember when I felt that way. But if they had to say 5 million, I'm probably gonna take it. But it's not about me. It's about you right
yeah.
now.
There's a lot of moments, but this one, it's your fault, guys. Everything fine. Um, I can say in a way, yeah, but um, because I bumped into you at Shell Garage. You were from a photo shoot for your website. Um,
Hey,
and yeah, yeah. I bumped into you, and then the first question you asked me, "Good town dot ubuyava bova." So that question to me, young mamba outside, because I'm thinking, hey, wang boza raire. Yabo. I'm like, no, bengsendlini mina. What game? Uh, but we were waiting for you. Ngathi we at yeah, mina mangifika ngingabuza ukuthi wena ukuphi, and it was kind of thrown under the carpet somewhere somehow, yabo. Omunye wabuza naye ukuthi uva, it was made a joke somewhere somehow, as always, yabo. But when you told me you're from a photo shoot for a website, I wasn't around, but I was part of the people that were there when that deal, EA website, mayenzeka. Uh, that that moment hurt me. Angikubonisanga, I mean, I didn't. Um, I think I actually spoke about something else, or I just asked you, Uba and Begada. That made it worse because you counted people that were not there with us through the struggle for the past 6 months, for the past year or so. They were not around. We were the ones organize the transport. We are the ones Rieza, we are the ones attire. We are the ones ukuthi we make sure ukuthi yonke into grand we are there kuma performances. However, mase kuba mnandi. there's people that are there. That for me was a no-go area because even 6 months back or 3 months back, the same thing, kind of the same thing happened. Even before then, kind of the same thing happened, and I was just like, Ndanayam, this is time to go. I decided a shell karachi, mangulok ngoka nawe, ngati, mangfike endlini, we had a group. You remember? Because there's a mix it, I think. If I'm not mistaken. We had a group. It was back in the mix it days. We had a group, and then I just told the guys that I didn't even say I'm resigning. I just said, nah, guys, our journey was amazing, wara wara. But yeah, so if you get grand material, you're into sharp. I think a couple of you guys responded. Uh, Tom actually came in as it. Azongoza why, and I told him, yabo, and then obviously master manipulating going, don't I mean, I master manipulate. I came up with things, and tears were rolling, and he told me what I'm capable of and what he saw me as. I'm like, yeah. However, what you're telling me now, and what you show to the world and what you do is totally different from what you're telling me now. You understand? But
Yeah.
with me, I've always shown my true self and who I am. Whether now, whether I'm no KG, whether I'm no Nico, whether I'm no Sai, I'm still the same person. I'm still quiet, still humble. Magjoka siya joke sonke kumnandi. Makumele sisipane. I'll put 110% Spanish. you know
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm always there. I'm always, and I reminded me I reminded him of the one scenario, yeah, crash. I'm like, so this one, it was about to be one of the laughing stock skippy poster. We talked about crash, but actually 3 days before the show, crash is akabonakali akakabi khona eSouth Africa. you know and I made sure that I speak to relevant people that could help us, and we struck a deal, guys. It wasn't a favor. We struck a deal, nabo, and they actually made sure to crash record. Nabo, I didn't want you to compensate me financially. I just wanted you to see me for who I am and what I do, to actually appreciate and to actually uh, love me for who I am, not make me feel like angazi into engiyenza, or make me feel like makhona abantu, because bear in mind, uh, when especially amantombazane, girls would be smart girls would ask me matala side ukuthi, what did you do out engaka that you do such, or what have you guys done to act this way? And I wouldn't have an answer because there's nothing. It's just him being him to say ukuthi, I think he gets the glory by ukucindezela omunye umuntu. That's just me. So yeah, that was the day that I decided ukuthi it's over and done with. I don't know what I'm gonna do next, but this is it. Ngiyavaya.
Sure. That was deep. So on to
Yeah.
now other things in life. Now you've left Soweto's Finest. What is
Yeah.
next for Kid? Like, what is he? What did he do, or what is he doing? Like, imagine you've left Soweto's Finest, and I'm thinking this is like 2013,
Yeah.
if not 2012. So you've
20,
left.
2012.
Yeah. So what is
Uh,
happening now?
2012, I decided to go back to school, college, and actually study this thing about me, because now I've realized that I love it. I love it, and I'm passionate about it. I decided to say, okay, I know. I think we had a scale. Yeah, but let me find my mojo, for a lack of a better
Yeah.
word, because living Soweto Finest with so much memories and so much things that you've done, it kind of takes you
So
to a
much
dark side.
history.
Yeah, too much, too much. We achieved a lot, including the World Cup. We achieved a lot. So me leaving, I needed that break, and then I went back to school. That's when Unknown Virus production was born. I started being excited again about media, excited about myself, my capabilities. And from there, West Part, Unknown Virus production came. Market Theatre happened. When I was at Market Theatre, Investec happened. And meeting a lot of bright minds, Esquela. I was doing well, Esquela. I was one of the A students, Esquela. I was doing great, actually. And then Nasa Spanish, I was doing great. I started enjoying myself, enjoying my life, and that is
Sure.
exactly what I did. I did a lot, and yeah, yeah, yeah,
So all of this is happening. All of that has been happening. Now
yeah.
we have come to this. I see that smile. Tell me um, about Hustlers Communication.
Yes. Whew.
What is that? What is it about? Where do you see you guys in 10 years?
Whew. Hustlers Communication. I was looking for this company called the Fortini Group. So same as Soweto's Finest. Not really, not appreciating and seeing me and my capabilities. Um, they pushed me to start Atlas Communication because I just remember that day I was sitting in bed and we were Spanish and I was just thinking, what if Spanish pela? Then what? Even though I was permanent in Spanish, those thoughts started, what if Laban Bacalin goes up? What am I going
Yeah,
to do?
sure.
So, um, but I decided, okay, let me start a company, the values of unknown virus production. Let me bring it here. Uh, However, let me formalize this and actually register because if being a register back then, I would be very far. But everything happens for a reason. Came up with the name. I'm a hustler. Ngiyakwazi ukushasha, ngiyakwazi ukuringa nani nani. However, communication is that thing. That thing. And then access communication, register the name, bank account, your kid. It's all
Sure.
about it's an all-round media company, media and communication company. We do events, we do artist management, we do shows, we do weather radio, we do script writing. But media, sida. Yeah, well, that is just Hustlers communication. In 10 years' time, branches all over the country. That is Africa. First, before we can say Africa, the 10-year plan is to have branches all over Mzansi, and not only in um in in specific office spaces. No, straight emolini phakathi. Because there's no companies emolini mongathi yaphela. It's all ama-insurance, ama-ini, but the plan is to have offices straight mall. Give media and business plans and all of those things straight mall, photo shoots straight mall. Now that's the 10-year plan, which is already manifesting right now. Yeah, well, that is what it's about, and that's the 10-year plan.
I see. And also on a very, very much lighter note, please tell me how you felt. Because I wonder for the past 20 minutes, hey, this is cool, this deep, cool. And so can you tell me the first time, like the first time um, you held your beautiful baby girl Zuluka.
Mm,
Um, you held her in your arms. How was that feeling? And
mm,
what was also going, the biggest thing about me is that I like to put myself in someone's shoes and just think, what were they going through, and take me through the name Zuluka, why Zuluka, and how did you feel when you first held her in your arms?
mm. I'll start with the last question, which
Sure.
is why the name.
Why?
The name came, I think, 2 3 years before the initial giving birth, or the initial ukutheza emhlabeni yena self. Um, I had a dream again. I had a dream. An angel who was Wala told me, "Uti, you're gonna be blessed." So, and you need to name that person Usolut. Out of all of the names that you know, that this is the name that you need to name Ntombazana. So, fast forward to the year, Vele. Man, the feeling, it's a feeling that you can't explain, young fella. However, your whole body, your whole soul just feels at ease. Like you just happy. It's like now where you are born again. Young
Mm,
fella, at that moment, you are just exceedingly happy, and holding her, and it was just that on its own changed my life as well. I started seeing things in a different light. I wouldn't charge Mina for because I was so passionate about media, and I wouldn't charge for my geek. I wouldn't charge for things, but now I started realizing I've got a responsibility. Not yes, I'm still at home, Klalana Bazali, Nanani. However, I need to start providing for my daughter.
mm,
You know, what do I do? Or those things at the time, things obviously bad to hear. So the name made things all right for me because it just chilled, and then I got up grand, and it is well. The name says it is well. So uNkulunkulu Magati, it is well, meaning that it is well. So
mm.
uh, I got a job from that after that.
That is beautiful. That is so beautiful. And then my next question before we close off,
Yeah.
uh, how did you meet? You met there. Wow. That is a very interesting story. I'd love to know. And what made you get married? For those of you who don't know,
Yeah.
the Gilstar Mastermind is
Yeah.
married. You know, please tell us
I'm
why the
up.
decision. Yeah, you're off the market.
Yeah.
Ladies, don't look at him, please. Please.
Yabazi-ke baza kakhulu-ke mawusho kanjalo.
Yay. Yay.
Problem. Problem.
Yeah.
So as I was waiting for this amazing company, I'll say amazing because hey, into ezibhazi yenzekile life yami well.
You were
I'm
there.
busy that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I I remember I just started. It was just after training. So busy laphayana man. Ngibuzana nemibuzo. Hey, how do you do this? How do you do that? Yabo, comes in this short, beautiful girl. Uh, ushaya ponytail ngalesi sikhathi,
Ah.
you know. And then njalo ngalesi sikhathi lesi, njalo mangimtshela, she always says I didn't have ponytail, but she did have ponytail.
She didn't have a
So,
ponytail.
but she always says she didn't have ponytails. So she did have ponytails. So ngiyambona yabo, and I'm just like, yo, yarr, who's this chick? Yabo.
Yeah.
But at the time, I'm just saying that I'm still in a relationship, you know. But um, I just said, okay, who's this chick? I want who's this? And then I was asking a friend of mine, and then Machano Muntoso, and I'm like, how? Okay, and then just before he's introduced her, because I confidence it was here when I was here in Cape Town, confidence was just on another level. Yeah, well,
Yeah,
uh,
sure.
I was about to introduce myself, and then Wang Bizangekam. That for me called me with okay, all right, some points, Niana, all right. We started to get to know each other. You know, we'd hang around, and the conversations were real. Now, funny enough, throughout the conversations, the way that we were so close, we didn't even say friend. We didn't even say sister or brother or anything. Young Tol. We were close, Yabon, and we were getting close, very, very close. Yabon, and I knew it from day one, Musubuti. Something is gonna happen, yeah. Yabon. And then I just kept quiet, very. Even though the confidence was high, I'm still in a relationship, so I couldn't say anything. I couldn't say I like you, I don't like you, or whatever the case might be. I want
Or I
to,
don't think that
whatever.
guy's good for you.
Yeah, nah, if we took a relationship, nami ngapha, yabo. Knowing very well, part with ngiyazifela, untanga is not doing well, lapayana. I even told friends of mine, some friends of mine, they were fit. Yabo. But I continued fast forward 20, 2017, you know, just after I buried my dad. You know, I remember I buried my dad. I have to go back to work.
April.
Yeah,
In April.
yeah, in April. You remember. Um,
On the 12th of April. I remember. 3 days before my
yeah.
birthday. I remember very well.
Ah, actually, he passed on 3 days before your birthday, which was on the 12th, and then we buried him Ilzai. So after that, I had to go back to work. You know, emotional, chilled nyana because it hasn't sink in, yeah, but
Hmm.
however, it taught me what life is short and I have to say what I feel and at the exact moment because you don't know what's gonna happen. So when I
Hmm.
went back, um, I decided my mother was torn about the whole thing, you know, and I knew which after this there's a lot of things that needs to be done. Idladla need to be to be filled whatever and nazo izinto kumele ziyenziwe. And I know with my mom emotionally she's not well ukuthi angakhona ukuzenza. So I decided to resign, yabo. And with everything that was going on behind the scenes is the the fortune group I asked for a raise because I was doing Spanish more than anyone. I was the only one that is doing translations, yeah, but in terms of 8 languages to 9, yeah, well, so I asked for a raise and we didn't understand each other. Only after uh, they understood, okay, we have to give this guy into it. But by then I had already decided to join Yahamba. So her friend, which is my friend as well, who Alithia said, "I man, this guy is leaving the Cape Town. Let's organize some get together, nyana, yeah, bo." So I cool get together. Ngithi chance yami no ngiyayisila mina le ndaba. Ngiyahamba phela. Got an opportunity kuyisila, but because she felt it, so she ran away. You know, she kept on postponing. Ukuthi, man, let's get inside because ngikhe siye ngaphandle, yabo. Because that place being a noise. Hayi, no. Yabo, she could feel ukuthi le tsotsi ifuna ukubeka indaba ndaba.
Showcase.
Yabo.
Yeah.
Uyayifila. So I'm like, "Eish, okay, cool. Ngiyambona lo muntu uyayibaleka." So obviously, because I was traveling back to join the next day, so ngamtshela ukuthi ayi wena cause uyabaleka ukuthi ungakhulumi nawe. Okay, cool, I'll send you an SMS there. Uyasaba mos wena. Ngamsendele SMS wathi mara akathi no. Mangithenge SMS ukuthi ngifila kanjani. Uthi but uyahamba. So that gave me a writing ukuthi okay, you are interested ukuthi ngiyahamba. Ngathi ungawari ngiyabuya ngizoshaya i-round. Phela kula 2 hours away ngizoshaya i-round. Yabo. She didn't trust ukuthi ngiringa ivari nani. I left organizing izinto. I think I took it 2 weeks or 3 weeks. Azange ngimtshela ukuthi ngiyeza ngazwakala booked into endawenyana and then ngamtshela zwakala. And then saringa and then saringa. Bear in mind, nothing happened. Azange athi uyangicoma or siyayisila or ini. Nothing happened. Nothing. Zilch. Kuluma the whole night. Yeah, well. So, so that happened, and fast forward to I actually dated someone in 2018 or 2017 late. I went back. I don't believe. 2017, I dated someone, and it didn't end gasly. So that's when I decided, man, and because ngingamshaya bomb ever since, because azange akhulume. Yabo, and nani. So 2018, ngam SMS ate mfethu phika so into so angifuna ukudlala ngikathela ukudlala ngidlale too much through my Soweto's Finest days from after Soweto's Finest 2018 17 18 yo angidlalile 18 kakhulu, you know, early 18 ngidlale too much. Yeah, well, I want to do this thing, Katele. I've got 2 kids already. I can't be playing around now. You know, it's time to seal a land, and there's no one that comes into mind than Wena. Yeah, she didn't respond. I'm like, lo, she responded later on. I'll call you sikhulume, yabo. Akangitshela ukuthi uku-relationship, yabo, at the time usabukungiheta mhlambe because of the words I used, you know? And then inja yami esipana naye yangitshela ukuthi hayi mfethu bheka lo muntu nomuntu, yabo, but ibhari yakhona inokubhayeda nyana, yabo, so kune-chance nyana for wena, yabo, nakhona nami ngizomhlohla wena ukuthi ungene nani nani.
Udlala 5.
So that happened. Yeah?
Udlala 5.
Uzongidlalela 5 untanga. So that happened, and we sealed it, and then decided, okay, we are doing this. Mang sent out a message, I was excited. That changed my life. You know, yeah, it changed my life, but because we had decided we don't want to play around. We don't want to do let's do some chola. We've been doing that. We've known each other for quite some time, for years actually, and we've been around each other for some time. I know background now we're saying, so why is this Lala? So whatever that comes after that, we'll just tackle it the way it is our corner. So that's when we decided, let's get married. It was supposed to be a big thing. However, obviously, you know, women being indecisive and they change their minds, which they're allowed to. She decided to.
His mind all the time.
Yeah, let's just make it a small thing with family and friends. However, at the time that we decided let's make it a small thing, we were already in Cape Town, and I can't say Fistos, Banbani, Nanani at the time, Sogalani, It was just majority was the family. My family did come. Abasala Cape Town though, because I've got cousins that stays here. They came, and a friend of mine from Victoria, she came Okinawa and she attended. Yabo, Bang Mela, Bamelutaki, yabo, Bamelutaki. Yeah, yeah. So that happened. So I married my crush and the love of my life.
That is great. And Vince, my man, this is Okuruma the whole day, like, we have so many things to say. I think we deserve a part two. I think so.
We
I
do.
think part two,
We do.
part two will be rehearsed things, but I think from my side, we've had the stories I wanted to hear, and I hope now Nalabanta Babuge and
Yeah.
Namanji have found out who you are and what you're
Hmm.
about, and what you're still about
Yeah.
to achieve. And bangacabanga ukuthi this thing only started last year. You've been it's been over 10 years as well, if I'm not
Yeah.
mistaken. You constantly being on the grind and just wanting to get into this thing, and I commend you for that. I want to say I love you. I don't care how people take this, but I love you and I respect you. I hold you in high regard at all times, and I just pray that God continues to bless you, your family, your children, generations to come. I just pray to God that He continues to turn you into this brave warrior that you are. Because there's not a lot of people like you in this world. You against the odds, you still persevere. And thank you so much for choosing me again to, be on this last episode. Right now, I am somewhere in the Eastern Cape. Probably when this thing comes out, I'll be, I don't know, maybe in Bumala or
Yeah.
something. Yeah, but I'm on tour. I had to make sure I make time for you. We've been postponing. Well, I've been postponing, but you still had
Hmm.
the grace and the love to still say no. We can still do this thing. And yeah, guys, please follow Ducky Radio, follow SA House Music Downloads. Please follow the Mastermind. There's so much content coming. I also have something coming up with Ducky Radio. We're just fine tuning a few things. The
Yeah.
announcement is gonna come through very soon. We had this discussion, me and I know Gilbert, about how the show is gonna be. I just want to finish with this tour that I'm doing. As soon as it's done, expect the announcement, guys. But yeah, Gilbert, any last words? Any last words of wisdom, of
Yeah.
love, or anything that you want to tell the people at home, and also tell the people
Yeah.
what's also coming through, from
Yeah.
um, Hustlers Communication.
Hmm. Um, yeah. I'll try and shorten into a minute or two later. I'll start with the last one, with what's coming. A lot of content that is coming from September, October. A lot of crazy content. A lot of this tour. There's a tour that is coming from Hustlers Communications that I have been planning for years, for different artists from different spaces as well. Um, I'm planning the whole thing to launch at least one, if not two branches in Gauteng, in terms of Atlas Communications. Two branches in Gauteng. Um, I am. Let me just carry on in terms of. Uh, there we go. The plans. That's the plans. That's the plans in terms of Atlas Communications. Some of them I can't speak about them. I can't speak about them at all. Um, I can't speak about them. And then, any last words from me? Believe, pray, believe, pray and believe and put in the work. Pray, believe, and put in the work. It wasn't easy for me. And success is not money. Success is attaining what you had written down all over the years. If you'd written down that I want to do one, two, three, four, five, and you attain that, that's success. Success is not money, because money can be received any day and any time. So that's not success. Uh, Success is not what you're gonna get. Success is what you have. I'll repeat that. Success is what you have. Yeah, well, so that's success. And if you are living on earth not to make other people's lives better, you're wasting your time on earth. You are wasting your time on earth. If you are living on earth just to make yourself better, you're wasting your time on earth. Yeah, but for the fact that you're still alive, for the fact that you're still sitting there and watching me, that means that God has a purpose in your life. Don't give up. Don't give up. The day that you want success as much as you want to breathe, that's the day that you're going to be successful. That's the day that your life will change forever. That's the day that you're going to see the light at the end of the tunnel. That's the day that you're going to follow that star that has been placed in your life. Like I started the show, Anjalo. This is season one. It's done and dusted. Season two is coming. Season two, it's on another level. Season two, we're featuring amazing artists, and we're gonna have some interesting topics, interesting conversations. Nabo, you know, I've been pregnant with information to share with you. I've been pregnant for years and years. I've got Taki Magazine, I've got Taki Radio, I've got Hustlers Communication, I've got another project that is coming through under Taki as well. So, guys, I hear a lot of you saying, but ngidinga capital uqala into. I didn't have capital, majenzi ngifisa ngaqala. I don't have capital yokuqala iDaki Radio. Ngiqalile nje, just an idea yaqala. And then I spoke to a friend of mine, which is Upenta, who is passionate about radio, and said, Penta, pay man, I'll show you one. Let's see what's gonna happen. And the rest is history. Taki Radio now. Let me not make that announcement. I'll make that announcement when the time is right. Lokuthi iyava and where what is going to happen, but something big and something amazing is coming through via Taki Radio. Guys, thank you very much for your support. Thank you very much for putting in, for sharing Ispan Sam. Thank you very much for the messages. Thank you very much. I get inboxes every day, people that want to work with me, people that need my help, whoever that I can reach at a certain time. I try by all means to reply to each and every one of you guys. I'm emails ngiyawabona my gents. I'm a tag ngiyawabona my gents. Bafethu, pushani nginani my gents. Whenever that you need me, wherever that you need me, ngida nginani bafethu. When the budget is right, when the equipment is right, call me. I'll be there and I'll do the work bafethu. Put in the work bafethu. Angispanele omunye umuntu, angispanele ingambla, ngiyazispana bafethu. Ne mwana wa Muthivhi, mudhulu wa Nemalili, tanje lavo Isaac navo Esther, mukomana wa Chilidzi na Chifhiwa, khotsi ya Zoe Zoluga, Rendani na Ronewa. Ndende, I'm out of here.